Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to welcome you to the 2018 commencement exercises. We'd like to thank you for attending and celebrating as a community the accomplishments of the senior class of 2018. At the conclusion of our last class speaker, we will prepare the stage for awarding diplomas. At that time, we would invite individuals interested in taking pictures to come forward. Doug Gubelaker, the senior class sponsor, will assist with the presentation of the awards. The presentation of the diplomas will occur to my left by board representatives Jerry Cameron and Jason Rothenberger. At this time, I'd like to have Mr. Gubelaker come forward to announce distinguished awards.
Before I get started, I want to make one announcement. The flowers that the kids are carrying to give to their mothers look terrible. Do not blame the flower shop. My wife wasn't here to help me. And what I did yesterday, I went down and got all the flowers, I brought them up here, and they said just put them in the refrigerator and everything will be fine for tomorrow. So yesterday afternoon, I put them in the refrigerator. I get up here about 6 o'clock tonight. Refrigerator was a little chilly, and there's frost all over them, so they're a little droopy. So we apologize for that, but they're still going to get a flower. Graduates wearing honor cords signify they are members of the National Honor Society. National Honor Society is an organization that recognizes students who excel in the areas of scholarship, leadership, character, and service. Students who have met the minimum scholastic requirement of a 3.3 overall average are eligible to make application for membership. Completed applications are reviewed by a teacher panel, and each member of the panel completes a membership ballot. The ballot rates each applicant on a scale of 1 to 4 in the areas of leadership, character, and service. A score of 12 is possible. An applicant must receive an overall average score of 8 to be initiated into the National Honor Society. A student must maintain a minimum 3.0 GPA after initiation to remain a member of this society. The following students are members of the National Honor Society. As I read your name, stand up, and I ask that you hold your applause until I've introduced them all. Ash Cameron, Ashton McNeal, Nichole Hall, Roxton Brown, Karolann Cameron, Savannah Noel, Ashton Baxa, Spencer Heise, and Olivia Engler. Congratulations. These individuals are willing to give in these areas of leadership and service when we are now living in a world where many people are not willing to give in these areas and only care about themselves. Students graduating from Oosborne High School may earn the distinction of graduation with honors or high honors. These students are wearing a medal around their neck. A high honor graduate must have a cumulative grade point of 3.7 or above for the 4 years. Students receiving this award in the class of 2017, and as I read your name, please stand, and again, please hold your applause, are Olivia Engler, Ashton Baxa, and Ash Cameron. Congratulations. An honor student must have an accumulative grade point average of 3.3 to 3.69. The following students receive this award: Roxton Brown, Karolann Cameron, Nichole Hall, Spencer Heise, and Ashton McNeal. Congratulations.
When I was voted to speak, I was told to be the inspirational speaker. I thought to myself, well, that's going to be kind of hard because I haven't experienced anything others in my class haven't. So I researched and I read things that explained what to expect when going to college and moving on in life. The class of 2018 has gone through a lot over the 4 years we have been in high school together and made it out alive with more common sense and knowledge than what we started with. We've crafted a story full of accomplishments and memories that is more than just unique. Not just in sports, but in academics too. We've made a name for ourselves in multiple activities. We have made appearances in state basketball multiple times with a second place title, earned the 2017 football state championship title, participated on the Scholars Bowl team that qualified for state twice, have gotten runner-up regional champs in tennis, and participated in the state tournament, and have led crowds and cheers for 4 years that helped us accomplish these honors. These are just a few accomplishments we've made while attending Oosborne High. The things we achieve won't be the only memories we will leave behind as we graduate. When we walk out these doors today, we will leave behind memories that no other class will have. Like Alexa, biffing it on our very first day at Oosborne High in the hallway in front of all the seniors, and all the times her and Denton would argue in the middle of Doug's class just to irritate each other. Can't say any other class will have a classmate that can't figure out the difference between Gerard's Pond and the highway, and one that manages to get kicked out of weights her freshman year. Oh, Savannah specifically can't figure out what the significance of it being a Tuesday meant to her, and still doesn't. And finally, I have practiced this for today. Carolann, I am sorry for saying your name wrong prior to today. Looking back, we've laughed, we've cried, we've got yelled at, but these last 4 years we've shared, I wouldn't trade it for anything. We have only just begun the stories of our lives. Some of us 17, but most of us 18. We have experienced what we thought was a lot, but have we? When we go into interviews and the interviewer asks, "Tell me about yourself," what do you say? Do you pause and try to think of the most important thing about yourself is, or are you pausing because you're trying to think of something that sets you apart from everybody else? Personally, I think this is the hardest question someone can ask because it's hard to define yourself when you haven't yet experienced anything out of the ordinary, and that's okay. This next chapter is how we're going to answer that question. Some of us are going straight into the workforce, but a majority of us are going off to college. This is the starting of our unique and personal stories. We have all participated in some volunteer work or in an activity at school, but what is next to come is where we set ourselves apart from others and carve the path we are meant to travel. It is time to find yourself. The time you start to answer the question, "Tell me about yourself." There are so many people and opportunities out there waiting for you to discover and lead. I know most of us have changed our major like a bajillion times, so if you need to change it again, that's okay. It doesn't matter what everyone else is doing. It is your question to answer, not theirs. So when you start your very first day on the job or your very first day of classes, think to yourself what you want your answer back to that question to be and use that as your inspiration. And realize that everything happens for a reason. Learn from your failures and understand that everyone has them. Mistakes are destined to happen. Learn from your failure. You may fail at one thing, but later on you get an even better opportunity than the first. Don't forget to sit back and enjoy the small things. You are only this age once, so go and explore and experience. Even though we started our countdown in Doug's on the whiteboard at 160 some days, when it got down to single digits, I know we all got in a panic and were nervous for what is to come. None of us know what to expect, but know that your parents are just a phone call away. Thank you, teachers and parents, for making our time at Oosborne High an enjoyable journey, because we are more than prepared for what is ahead because of you. I am anxious to see everyone's answer to "Tell me about yourself." Congratulations, class of 2018. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to start this speech with a very cliche beginning. I'd like to thank all friends, family, and guests for joining us on such a special night. Now, I hope my speech will keep you on the edge of your seats. Hopefully, that'll be because you're interested and not because you're trying to get up the nerve to leave. And hopefully my speech will be like the latest fashion trends or a questionable prom dress, long enough to cover the subject, but short enough to be interesting. You see, whenever I was writing this speech, people kept on asking me if I was the funny one. And I was like, well, yeah, but sometimes my specific brand of humor isn't always school appropriate. So I tried my best here. Anyway, standing here, I still don't think that the fact of the matter that I'm going to college in basically 3 months is quite soaked in yet. I feel like I should still be sitting on the floor in front of the TV watching SpongeBob SquarePants in my pajamas on a Saturday morning. And I'm sure that my parents probably feel the same way, as well as the parents of my classmates. I also haven't came to the realization that from here, it's a slippery slope. A slippery slope that leads to adulthood, where having to do your own taxes is a thing, watching home improvement shows on the HGTV channel is actually enjoyable, and finally caving in and buying a new washer is the highlight of your month. I don't think I'm ready. Now, as I stand at this podium, having hundreds of beady eyes staring into my soul, I look at my classmates, and I can see almost 13 years of memories lying behind us. You see, having a class that I did is pretty entertaining because we all fall into two very different categories. You have the calm and quiet ones like myself and Nichole and Ashton M. And then you have people like Alexa and Savannah, and I don't think they require much explanation. Because of this, we've made some pretty great memories. So how about we take a quick walk down memory lane? One of the first things that anyone remembered from our grade school years was one fateful day that we went on a little friend's picnic in the park. The high schoolers were spinning us just a little bit too fast, and the merry-go-round turned not so merry when Nichole went flying off. And I don't mean that she just fell. No, this kid literally went flying. After the shock finally wore off and she kind of dusted herself off, we had a pretty good laugh about it. Then, a couple years later, we were in the old gym having PE with Mrs. Patty, one of our favorite classes as little kids. We were playing with jump ropes and having the time of our lives. And now, I've never really been super athletic, if you haven't noticed. So I was taking a break from jump roping and I looked across the gym and I see Roxton back when he was a chubby little kid. And he was trying just a little bit too hard to jump. And he was focusing so hard on it that he evidently didn't notice his shorts getting a little bit too loose. Because, before anyone knew it, his shorts fell right around his ankles, and we saw his nice blue Fruit of the Loom underwear. Or, there was also a time during our freshman year when Hannah left her mark on the class. I was running over to Waite's class like any other day, and I hear a really loud thud, along with someone saying, "Hannah, are you okay?" I turn around and I see Hannah lying face down on the ground in front of the storm drain just right out here. She was too ashamed to get up and face the people who were surrounding her trying to help her. According to her, she was running over and she tripped and she absolutely biffed it. She was a little bit late to Waite's class that day. But if there is one thing that has made our time here at Oosborne High School truly memorable, it was the teachers. Each one of them is truly special, and they've given us so much in these short years. We'll miss Holloway and her happy, can-do attitude, especially when our college professors won't even know whether or not we attend their classes. We've already been missing Slaybaugh and her witty threats and her caustic humor. Having my sister, Mrs. Knipe, as an English teacher, it's hard not to get into sibling arguments in the middle of class. But I also know better than to do that, because if I make her really mad, she could absolutely destroy me, because she knows way too much about me than anyone else should ever know. But that's just sibling love, right? We'll miss Mr. Rush and his jokes about gravity when someone drops their books in the hallway. But Doug, he's like the gem of the senior class. Who could forget him twerking on Roxton freshman year? Or him lecturing us at the beginning of the year, only to stop suddenly and say, "God, I just threw up in my mouth." We won't forget the way he says things like Colby and Tuesday, or how he goes like, "Don't quote me here." And we definitely won't forget about inside jokes like ice cream and dilly dilly. Now, you may be sitting there wondering, Carolann, these memories are great, but why go through these memories again when Olivia just did that like 10 minutes ago? And yeah, you'd be right, but all of these memories that we've made are memories that will stick with us for the rest of our lives. We've experienced everything together as a class. We've grown together and we've persevered. But as we go our separate ways, we will continue to grow and flourish into wonderful people. And it's important to never forget where we came from. In Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, it reads, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." Right now, I have this shared feeling of terror towards the uncertainty of what the future holds from here. There will be trials like we wouldn't believe. There will be times when we're challenged in our faith and in our will and determination to keep going on. But through those challenges, we'll learn more about ourselves than we ever thought possible. With a strong, steadfast faith in God, truly anything is possible. We just have to learn to trust in the path that He will be taking us down and not to rush His timing. But hard work and a little bit of risk-taking is also needed. We can't just sit back in the passenger seat and expect everything to fall into place for us. We'll have to forge our own paths from here. And that doesn't just happen on a whim, or, as Mr. Rush might say, a random chance accident. I've learned over these past few years in high school that the work and risk does actually pay off in the end. Now, sure, it's resulted in me spending many sleepless nights having a mental breakdown over trigonometry homework, and I can't ever get back the lost hours of sleep, and I don't think my heart will fully recover from the unhealthy caffeine intake, and I might have aged twice as fast as a normal teenager, but you have to trust me, it's a great feeling. In all seriousness, there is no better feeling than knowing that you've done your absolute best, went out of your comfort zone, and grew as a person. That's all the satisfaction that anyone can ask for in life. Yet, I know that in everything we face individually, we'll always stay steadfast to our own paths and stand strong in our values. I remember reading something that said, and I quote, don't quote me here, "Doing what's right isn't always popular, but doing what's popular isn't always right." I'm sure that as long as we stick to this philosophy, we'll succeed in whatever we do. In closing, I'd like to thank everyone once again for joining us this evening. I've been rambling on for the past few minutes about hard work and determination and taking risks in life, but no one can summarize it more simply or beautifully than my favorite author, Ray Bradbury, who once said, "Jump and you will find out how to unfold your wings as you fall." Life is all about taking risk, doing what's different, and learning valuable lessons along the way. And I can only hope that we can continue to learn how to unfold our wings together as the OHS class of 2018. Thank you.
Board of Education members, parents, faculty, and guests, I certify that the seniors receiving the diplomas this evening have met the requirements established by the State Department of Education, the Board of Education of USD 392, and are eligible to graduate. Would the seniors please stand and ready themselves to receive their diplomas? Alicia Alcon. Kae Miller. Hannah participated in a school play. She participated in forensics. She participated in FCCLA. She received the Art Award, the Fine Arts Festival Award, painting first place. Lori Jean Stanton. Lori was a Swan Song candidate, Stuco treasurer. She participated in the Stuco Pride Day. She lettered in FCCLA. She was FCCLA VP of Youth Programs. She completed the Power of One module, on working family ties, take the lead. She lettered in Ks and was the Ks secretary. She lettered in cheerleading. She receives the following scholarships: the OHS Booster Club Scholarship, the Randy Phelan Memorial Scholarship, the FCCLA Scholarship, the American Legion Scholarship, the Girl Scout Wheatland 201 Service Unit Scholarship, the North Central Kansas Technical School Scholarship, the Community Marketplace of Osborne Scholarship, the Wendell D. Mock and Lola B. Mock Scholarship, the Dane G. Hansen Career and Technical Scholarship, the McFadden Memorial Scholarship, and the Gail Sarver Memorial Scholarship. Shania Carolann Wyman. Shania was a homecoming candidate. She lettered in Ks. She participated in FCCLA and lettered in volleyball. Byron Frederick Roney. Byron participated in forensics. He lettered in football, was a member of the 8-man football district championship, member of the 2017 8-man football regional champions. He was an all-district defensive lineman. He lettered in wrestling. He was a regional wrestling 4th place finisher. He was a qualifier for the 3-2-1 state wrestling tournament. Denton Ray Schurr. Den was a homecoming king, senior class Stuco representative. He participated in Stuco Pride Day, participated in FCCLA. He lettered in Ks. Under art awards, at the Fine Arts Festival under woodworking, he received a 2nd place. He lettered in football. He was a member of the 8-man district championship team, member of the regional championship team. He was the NCKS Athlete of the Week in football. He was an all-district running back, an all-district defensive back, an all-district defensive MVP. He was K-Prep's first team all-state running back. He was a Sports in Kansas Top 100 senior in 8-man. He was a Wichita Eagle all-state team member as defensive back, a Topeka Capital Journal all-state team member at defensive back. He was a Hayes Daily running back first team all classes, Super 11. Hayes Daily News defensive back, first team all classes. He was a Kansas 8-man All-Star Division I East team selection. He lettered in basketball. He was an NCKS Athlete of the Week in basketball. He was a member of the 1A Sub-State Team Champions. Under weightlifting, the under 8-man Association powerlifting, he received 1st place in the bench. And overall weight class, he received 5th place. He lettered in track. He received the championship for the NPL 200-meter dash, a member of the NPL 4x400 relay champion team, a member of the NPL championship team. He was also the NCKS Athlete of the Week in track. He receives the following scholarship: the OHS Booster Club Scholarship, the OHS Booster Club Athletic Banquet Scholarship, the Rita Limcool Memorial Scholarship, the J. Dean LaRue Memorial Scholarship, the Marble Watson Memorial Scholarship, the American Legion Scholarship, the Osborne Alumni Scholarship, the NCK Technical School College Scholarship, the NCK Carpentry and Cabinet Making Department Honor Scholarship, the Vietnam Veterans of America Heise Chapter 939 Scholarship, the McFadden Memorial Scholarship, the Gail Sarver Memorial Scholarship, and the Dane G. Hansen Technical Ed Scholarship. Savannah Rae Noel. Savannah was a homecoming candidate, swan song candidate, senior class Stuco representative, participated in Stuco Pride Day, participated in FCCLA. She lettered in Ks. She lettered in tennis. She was a regional tennis second place team member, and a state tennis 10th place. She lettered in basketball, had an H&R block of the game. She lettered in track. She's a member of the National Honor Society. She receives the following scholarships: the OHS Booster Club Scholarship, the J. Dean LaRue Memorial Scholarship, the Darrell McCammon Scholarship, the Scott Knoll Memorial Scholarship, the Bethany Award, the Arlene Sollenberger Trust Scholarship, the McFadden Memorial Scholarship, and the Gail Sarver Memorial Scholarship. Ashton Nichole McNeal. She was a swan song candidate, Stuco events coordinator. She participated in Stuco Pride Day. She participated in FCCLA. She lettered in Ks. She was a national representative in Ks. She lettered in vocal, 4 years in the OHS choir. As a member of National Honor Society, she receives the Principal's Academic Certificate for the 4th year. She receives the following scholarships: the Darrell Chandler Grant Scholarship, the Rita Limcool Memorial Scholarship, the Nancy Schillinger Memorial Scholarship, the Osborne County Memorial Hospital Auxiliary Scholarship, the Marvel Watson Memorial Scholarship, the Ruby A. Swander Memorial Scholarship, the Osborne Alumni Scholarship, the McFadden Memorial Scholarship, and the Gail Sarver Memorial Scholarship. Spencer Joseph Heise. Spencer was a homecoming candidate, swan song candidate. He participated in Stuco Pride Day, participated in FCCLA. He lettered in Ks, he lettered in band. He participated in regional solo and small ensemble festival, received a 1 rating at regionals, trumpet solo. He participated in the state solo and small ensemble festival, received a 1 rating at state, trumpet solo, selected for the John Philip Sousa Outstanding Senior Award. He lettered in football, was a member of the 8-man district championship team. He was also a member of the 8-man football regional championship team. He lettered in wrestling. He was a regional wrestling first place. At the 321A state wrestling, he received a 3rd place. He was a 4-time qualifier for 321A state. He was a Kansas Wrestling Coaches Association All-Academic Honorable Mention. He was a Kansas Wrestling Coaches Association Senior Classic Battle of the Best. KWCA ranked 8th in career pins, holds the following wrestling records: most pins in the season at 34, most pins in a season, points in a season at 254, most wins in a season at 44, and a career record of 145 wins, 26 losses. He lettered in track, was a member of the NPL 4x4 relay championship team, a member of the NPL championship team. He participated in the Fort Hays Math Relays. He's a member of the National Honor Society. He receives the Principal's Academic Certificate for the 4th year. He receives the following scholarships: the Osborne Area Chamber of Commerce Scholarship, the Marvel Watson Memorial Scholarship, the Knights of Columbus Scholarship, the Ruby A. Swander Scholarship, the St. Aloysius Scholarship, the McFadden Memorial Scholarship, and the Gail Sarver Memorial Scholarship. Nichole Taylor Hall. Nichole is the senior class secretary. She participated in Stuco Pride Day, participated in FCCLA. She lettered in Ks, was a state representative in weightlifting at the Kansas 8-Man Football Association State Powerlifting. She received first place in squat, bench, and first place in clean. She's a member of the National Honor Society. She receives the Principal's Academic Certificate for the 4th year. She receives the following scholarship: the Anna Storr Totten McGahey Lever Memorial Scholarship, the Gregory Memorial Scholarship, the Durwood and Marvel Watson FCA Memorial Scholarship, the Charles F. and Maud C. Yock Scholarship, the St. Aloysius Scholarship, the Arlene Sollenberger Trust Scholarship, the McFadden Memorial Scholarship, and the Gail Sarver Memorial Scholarship. Alexa Lee Frisbie. She was a Stuco events coordinator. She participated in Stuco Pride Day. She participated in a school play. She lettered in forensics, received a 2 rating in IDA. She participated in FCCLA Vice President of Star Events and Programs. She lettered in Ks. She receives the following scholarship: the Bellis Academy Scholarship, the McFadden Memorial Scholarship, and the Gail Sarver Memorial Scholarship. Andreas Ignacio Faundez. Andreas was a homecoming candidate, senior class treasurer, participated in Stuco Pride Day. He participated in the school play. He lettered in forensics, receiving a 1 rating in prose. He was a member of FCCLA. He lettered in Ks, was a school representative. He lettered in cross country, participated in basketball, was a member of the 1A sub-state basketball team. He lettered in track and is a member of the NPL championship track team. He receives the following scholarships: the OHS Booster Club Scholarship, the Knights of Columbus Scholarship, the St. Aloysius Scholarship, the Davenport Platinum Scholarship, the Davenport Marching Band Scholarship, the Davenport Pep Band Scholarship, the Davenport Panther Preferred Grant, the Arlene Sollenberger Trust Scholarship, the McFadden Memorial Scholarship, and the Gail Sarver Memorial Scholarship. Kaylin Scott Cameron. Kaylin was a swan song candidate. He was a senior class president. He participated in Stuco Pride Day, participated in the school play. He lettered in Scholars Bowl, was a regional Scholars Bowl champion, and was a state Scholars Bowl qualifier. He participated in Fort Hays Math Relays, received 4th place in algebraic applications. He lettered in forensics. He received a 1 rating in prose. He received a 1 rating in IDA. He lettered in vocal. He was a 4-year member of the the choir member. He received a 1 rating at regional music vocal solo. He received a 1 rating at regional music mixed ensemble. He received a 2 rating at state music vocal solo and a 2 rating at state music mixed ensemble. He was a member of the National Honor Society. He's a Kansas Scholars Curriculum Completer. He receives the Kansas State High School Activities Association Citizenship Award. He receives the Principal's Academic Certificate for the 4th year and receives the following scholarships: the Bulldog Scholarship, the Osborne Area Chamber of Commerce Scholarship, the Gregory Memorial Scholarship, the Psi Zeta Omicron of Beta Sigma Phi Scholarship, the Charles F. Yock and Maud C. Yock Scholarship, the American Legion Scholarship, the Next Tech Break the Rules Scholarship, the Rock Chalk Scholarship, the KU Opportunity Grant Scholarship, the J. Earl and Mary H. Clark Scholarship, the Arlene Sollenberger Trust Scholarship, the McFadden Memorial Scholarship, and the Gail Sarver Memorial Scholarship. Xayvion Cameron. Ash participated in forensics, received the Art Award at the Fine Arts Festival under woodworking and received first place. He was a member of National Honor Society. He receives the Principal's Academic Letter for the first year. He receives the following scholarships: the Woody Hilsinger Memorial Scholarship, the Arlene Sollenberger Scholarship, the McFadden Memorial Scholarship, and the Gail Sarver Memorial Scholarship. Trenton Timothy Brummer. Trenton was a swan song candidate. He participated in Stuco Pride Day. He participated in FCCLA. He lettered in Ks. He lettered in football, was a member of the 8-man district championship team and the regional championship team. He received the following scholarships. He was an OHS Booster Club scholarship, the Osborne County Cattlemen's Association scholarship, the Edna Bowden Memorial Scholarship, the Marvel Watson Memorial Scholarship, the VFW 7743 Donnie Becker Scholarship, the Aaron Coop Memorial Landmark Implement Scholarship, the Nebraska Cattlemen's Classic Scholarship, the Hutchinson Community College Dragon Activity Scholarship, the Central Valley Ag Scholarship, the Hutchinson Community College Endowment Association Scholarship, the Dane G. Hansen Career and Technical Scholarship, the McFadden Memorial Scholarship, and the Gail Sarver Memorial Scholarship. Roxton Jay Brown. Roxton's Swan Song King, homecoming candidate. He participated in Stuco Pride Day. He lettered in band. He lettered in football. He was on the 2017 8-man district championship team and the 8-man regional championship team. He was an all-district offensive lineman, an all-district linebacker, an all-district co-defensive MVP. He was a K-Prep's first-team all-state linebacker, Sports in Kansas top 100 senior in 8-man, a Wichita Eagle all-state team, the Topeka Capital Journal all-state team, the Heise Daily News all-area first-team linebacker in 8-man, Kansas 8-man all-star Division I team selection. He lettered in wrestling. He was a regional wrestling third place qualifier, a 3-2-1 state qualifier, Kansas Wrestling Coaches Association all academic first team. He lettered in track. He's the NPL discus champion and a member of the NPL championship team. He participated in the Fort Hays math relays and received a 4th place in algebraic applications. He was a member of the National Honor Society, Principal's Academic Certificate for the 4th year. He receives the following scholarships: the OHS Booster Club Scholarship, the American Legion Scholarship, the Carolann Gensler Teaching Scholarship, the Mark and Deborah Morrison FCA Memorial Scholarship, the Rotary Club Scholarship, the Charles F. Yock and Maud C. Yock Scholarship, the Fort Hays State Academic Opportunity Award Scholarship in Agriculture, the Hays City Scholarship Award, the Osborne Alumni Scholarship, the Scott Noel Memorial Scholarship, the St. Aloysius Scholarship, the J. Earl and Mary H. Clark Scholarship, the Dane G. Hansen Scholarship, an Arlene Sollenberger Trust Scholarship, McFadden Memorial Scholarship, and the Gail Sarver Memorial Scholarship. Ashton Jade Baxa. Ashton is a homecoming candidate, Swan Song Queen, Stuco Vice President, participated in Stuco Pride Day, participated in the school play. She lettered in FCCLA, was the FCCLA President, receives the completed the Power 1 module in A Better You, Family Ties, and Take the Lead. She lettered in K's, was the K co-president. She lettered in volleyball, lettered in vocal. She lettered in Scholars Bowl. She was regional Scholars Bowl first place team member. Qualified for state Scholars Bowl. She participated in the Fort Hays State Math Relays, received a 4th place in algebraic applications. She receives the Daughters of American Revolution Good Citizens pin. She's a member of the National Honor Society. She is a Kansas Scholars Curriculum completer. She's a Kansas State High School Activities Association Citizenship Award winner. She receives the Principal's Academic Letter for the 3rd year. She is the Senior Class Salutatorian. She receives the following scholarships: the OHS Booster Club Scholarship, the Irene Thornburg K Scholarship, the Wanda Mae Vincent Scholarship, the Jenny Beisner Chesney Scholarship, the Nancy Schillinger Memorial Scholarship, the Centennial Bells Scholarship, Psi Zeta Omicron of Beta Sigma Phi Scholarship, the Ray and Mona Elliott Memorial Scholarship, the Durwood and Marvel Watson FCA Memorial Scholarship, the American Legion Scholarship, the FCCLA Scholarship, the Rotary Club Scholarship, the Charles F. and Maud C. Yock Scholarship, the Madonna Jameson Scholarship, the St. Aloysius Scholarship, Hutchinson Community College Dragon Activity Scholarship, the Hutchinson Community College Presidential Leadership Scholarship, Girl Scout George and Jane Smith Scholarship, the Carl J. Langley Memorial Scholarship, the Wallace Family Scholarship, the McFadden Memorial Scholarship, and the Gail Sarver Memorial Scholarship. Olivia Grace Engler. Olivia was the homecoming queen, senior class vice president, Stuco president, participated in Stuco Pride Day. She lettered in K's, was the media chairman. She participated in FCCLA. She was the vice president of membership. She completed the Power of One modules, working on working, family ties, and take the lead. She lettered in tennis. She received a regional tennis 3rd place, a regional tennis 2nd place as a team, a state qualifier. She lettered in basketball, was 2nd team MPL All-League, honorable mention Topeka Capital Journal, Kansas Sports 1A honorable mention All-Area team. She's a member of the National Honor Society, Principal's Academic Letter for the 4th year, senior class valedictorian. She receives the following scholarships: OHS Booster Club Scholarship, the Osborne Area Chamber of Commerce Scholarship, the American Legion Scholarship, and the St. Aloysius Scholarship, the Hays City Scholarship, the Myrta M. and John N. Martin Jr. Scholarship, the Fort Hays State University Academic Opportunity Scholarship, the Hays City Scholar Award, the Scott Knoll Memorial Scholarship, the J. Earl and Mary H. Clark Scholarship, the Arlene Sollenberger Trust Scholarship, the McFadden Memorial Scholarship, and the Gail Sarver Memorial Scholarship. Seniors, would you please turn and face the crowd? Please move your tassel from right to left, signifying the completion of your requirements. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduating class of 2018.